Hello YouTube, this is Travis Dunn with MDL, coming to you April 19th, 2015, and this is my vlog. Doing something a little different today. I'm using my laptop, mostly because I have something special planned. I will say it involves the slew of recent Star Wars news that we got this week. So I won't be talking about that in my vlog too much. Just say that there's going to be a video coming up. I'm bringing my friend Doc in on this video, and it's going to be nothing but Star Wars. It's going to be long-winded and should be a fun video. So look forward to that coming up, and like I said, I won't talk about that too much. We'll kind of update with the Fast and the Furious. Apparently made about $1 billion in the box office so far, and I think it's only been out a couple of weeks now. Of course, that's worldwide sales. Doesn't surprise me. It's an awesome movie. In fact, we're getting a slew of awesome movies this year. We got another Age of Ultron trailer that just came out. We've started seeing some more Ant-Man preview trailers coming out. So I'll definitely have to do some more separate videos talking about some of those movies and things that they're going to be coming out here in the next few months. And like I said, the Star Wars thing will be coming very soon, so look for that. So busy week. Last Monday was a very nice day. So I was like, I need to get all this crap done. I changed the oil in the wife's car, went and had the tires rotated, mowed the grass, washed my car, washed her car, and just did a bunch of things all at once. And needless to say, my back paid for it. My back is killing me. It was feeling a little bit better, and yesterday I decided to take the motorcycle out on an extended ride, which is probably the longest ride that I've ever done on it. And I really paid for that. I rode probably 3 to 4 hours, did about 100, let's say 140, 150 miles. And well, for the most part, I enjoyed the ride, even though, I'll be honest, it was kind of a boring ride because I was riding by myself. But I wanted to see what it felt like to do a long ride on this bike. And I've never really done a long ride with it. And I also wanted to kind of get a feel for, I got to make some suspension changes, finally got to set the preload on the rear shocks. Happy with that change, even though I've got to relearn kind of on the turns because the turn in on the bike settings now are different. Never imagined it would make that much of a difference, but it does. But as far as just ride quality is tremendously better now the way it's setting. So it's just something I'm going to have to get used to. But anyway, my back did start hurting, and I paid for it. I'm hurting today, but unfortunately, as soon as I got done with this video, I've got yard work to do. I got some landscaping to do, and let me tell you, I hate doing landscaping. But it needs to be done. I got to do some grass seed. There was some edging that was on sale. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet, do it, and be done with it. And I keep adding little things to the yard. So this is this year's little add-on. But the bike ran, going back to the bike ran good. But there were a couple of things I really learned. One, I really need a windshield. I kept getting bugs. I swear, like, I felt like somebody was Indian. I was like, I kept getting hit in that one spot you see where the dot is all the time, with a lot of true Indian religious people. But it was just weird. I kept having bugs hit me in that spot, hit me in that spot, and it just kept making my eyes water and it's driving me nuts. Uh, and the transmission gear, I've got to get that changed out. The bike is an 883, so it's got a 27 tooth transmission gear. But the bike was converted to a 1200 piston set. And the 1200s all had 29 tooth, and there was a reason for that. It's a solid mount engine because it's a 2000 Harley. So at 55 miles an hour, this bike is doing 2600 RPMs according to my gauges, and it is, I mean, it just rattles and vibrates. It is very uncomfortable to ride. It's difficult. I won't say difficult, but it's uncomfortable to ride at 55. 45, 50 is okay, but 55, and especially at 60, 65, it's just really, really not comfortable to ride. I mean, it's your hands and feet just feel that vibration. So I'm here in the next few weeks. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet, spend the money, and buy that gear and get it installed. So that'll be interesting. But I definitely also want a windshield. I was kind of I really didn't want a windshield, but to be honest, I can't really stand to wear a full face helmet. I'm a little bit claustrophobic. Um, so I'm gonna have to compromise and get that windshield. So that's something I'll be looking at here soon. Um, I want to talk about um, shops, and I mean shops as far as working on having your car worked on. And I do a lot of my own mechanic work. Do it whenever I can, obviously because it saves a lot of money, but also because it's so hard to find a shop that does quality work. And as strange as it sounds, it's hard to even find a shop that does an oil change correctly, and I'll talk about that. Recently, I had my oil changed at a shop, a Dodge dealer for my wife's car, and she has a 2011 Dodge Caliber. So I took it to a Dodge dealer. We got some coupons in the mail. It was like $40 for standard oil change, and it was the middle of winter. And unfortunately, when I changed jobs, I lost my access to the full service shop that we had on hand at my previous job. So I used to, if I wanted to rotate the tires, do the oil change, didn't matter what the weather was, it was heated garage, I could do it, and no big deal. I was buddy buddy with the mechanic that was working in the shop. And so I took it in, got an oil change, and I'll be honest, it's my wife's car, so I didn't really check the oil or anything like that. Um, I don't get to even drive her car much anymore, much. So needless to say, it was coming due for an oil change, and so we had a nice day on Monday. I decided to go ahead and do it. So I do my usual thing, pull the drain plug, start draining it, and let it drain. And I'm checking the other fluids, and I go back underneath to pull the oil filter, and my drain pan is pretty much completely full. There was not hardly even a finger depth between the top of my drain pan and the oil. And I knew that was odd. That wasn't right. That car takes 4.5 quarts. That is the recommended amount in the book for that engine. So I knew something was wrong. So I pulled the oil filter, and God, do I hate when a shop does an oil change, because it is such a bear to get those oil filters off. They put them on either with a wrench or their guy's He-Man, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but God, they are a bear to get off. And I had to get a strap wrench to get in there, and it was still difficult because there's not a lot of room for that wrench. So like I said, it's a pain. So I got it off, put the new filter on, carefully pulled the pan out of the way, put the plug in it, started filling the car up like I normally would. So I take the half quart, put it in what I call the master jug, because I have one jug that I've been putting that half a quart in pretty much ever since I've started doing oil changes on that car. And then I take the old oil and put it back in the jug, in the empty jug. And those are 5 quart jugs. Well, there was about 6 quarts of oil in that jug, and there's some extra room, but that jug was pretty much full, and you can see the marks on the side. Yeah, there was at least 6 quarts of oil. So that car was a quart and a half over what it was supposed to have. And one of the reasons I took it to a Dodge dealer wasn't just because of the price, even though that was one of the reasons. I figured, being a Dodge dealer, they would do it right, not overfill it by a quart and a half. So it is just so hard to find a quality shop that does decent work, and doesn't overcharge. And that's extremely difficult when you're having stuff done, even the basic stuff. You're paying 3 times the amount You're paying almost usually twice the amount of what you would for buying the parts in a store, and then you're paying 2 or 3 times more than you pay for the parts for labor. I mean, labor is just outrageous, and so finding a quality shop is just hard. But needless to say, I will not be taking her car back to that dealer ever again. That just royal pissed me off. And I recently took my new car because it was kind of in the same situation. I took it to a valvoline shop, and they charged me $70. They charged me $5 because it required a premium filter. You know, it's just ridiculous because I could have went. If I had a place to do it, I could have went to most stores, paid $35, $38 for full synthetic, and that's the thing. It was part synthetic, it wasn't full synthetic oil change, and a filter for $35, $38. It shouldn't cost that much to change your oil. And if you can do that yourself and you're comfortable with that, you will save yourself a ton of money. It is, like I said, it's just plain ridiculous what these places are charging. And I realize that they have, a lot of overhead, but when you're talking, you know, places that are selling oil and filters charging $35 and making profit, if you can't make profit on that kind of thing, you're out of your mind. You're doing something wrong. So that's my little rant about garages and shops. And there are always times when you're going to have to take a car to a shop. There are things that you're not going to be skilled to know how to fix. You don't have the right tools. And I'm a tool junkie, and there's still tools. Obviously, they're just too expensive to purchase and use for my own use. And so there, like I said, there are times when you just have to take it to a shop. But definitely ask around, talk to people you know, and get to know the mechanics at a shop. It's definitely one of those things. If you get a good rapport with a shop, and a lot of them, once you've been a customer for a while and you've been bringing them your car to them, um, they'll obviously cut you better deals to keep you as a customer, especially a smaller shop. But find a quality shop and stick with them and support a good shop, and don't take that for granted, because that is a difficult thing to find these days. So uh, anyway, it was busy week at work. um, I was pretty well worn out, even though this was my short week. And Saturday, my wife took the daughter for her prize. She got to go to a crew game, which is our local soccer team. They had a lot of fun with that. Obviously, that's even with the free tickets, it's still expensive. Food is ridiculously expensive. I think my wife said a basic T-shirt was like $80. Um, that's another one of those things. I love going. I love going to sports games. I love going to, um, see people. Whether it's music or whatever. I love that stuff, but that's another really expensive activity. And that's why I don't even go into the movies. That's why I hardly go to the movies. This year, I have a feeling I'm gonna be going to the movies quite a bit. I think Doc's supposed to come up for Origins the first week of June, and I think we're gonna go see Age of Ultron at that point, because it'll have been out a few weeks. We're gonna hit it up on the Tuesday, $5 movie, and that's one thing. Take advantage of that if you can, because movies are expensive. It's nothing for a couple to spend 50, $60 in a movie theater. It's really not. So I think we're going to take advantage of that. Go see Age of Ultron. Obviously, Star Wars is coming out right around my birthday, so that's going to be my birthday present. I done told Doc. I said, "Take me. We're going to go on a Tuesday. We're going to go see, you know, Star Wars." And I was like, we might as well. I said, just make that my birthday gift, and because we always do things for each other every year. Like I said, he's as close to a brother that's not not by blood as you can get. I actually spend more time with him than I do my own brother, um, which is sad. But I don't get to Chillicothe as much as I used to, and I try to get down. In fact, I rode sort of down to do a quick visit on the bike, but unfortunately, the road that they all live on was closed, and the detour would have added another half an hour one way. And I just didn't have enough time because I only have a learner's permit, so I can't ride at night. Not that I really want to. So yeah, like I said, I've got to break down and make some time with my brother this summer. Um, we are in the planning stages for Girl Scout activities, and me and the wife have a decision to make with Girl Scouts. I won't talk about that necessarily in this video. Um, we'll see. We have to have a meeting with all the parents, and then we're gonna talk about. I'll talk about that after that. But we're starting to plan. We've got a couple things in Cincinnati that we're talking about doing. We've got an aquarium and a museum to go to. Um, but we may end up we may have having a pretty blowout summer with Girl Scouts this year, and like I said, I'll talk more about that here in a week or two once we've talked to the parents. But so that'll be kind of interesting to see what we decide, and like I said, my wife's planning that. I haven't decided on a vacation yet. Uh, I will know pretty much by the end of May whether or not we're going to be able to afford to take a vacation this year. And it may be a long weekend at a cabin or something like that. I don't know yet. So it's one of those hard choices. We've had so much money go out. We've had to replace a lot of things, and there were some things that we really should get done and get fixed. So we're kind of waiting to see what bonuses look like if we're going to get any. Um, and then next month we've got an extra paycheck for both of us coming. It's that odd month where we get 3 paychecks instead of 2. So that's where part, like getting the couple parts I want for the bike, and like I said, we'll have some other projects I need, and I need to catch up on the bank account because it's running low. Speaking of bank account, the last thing I'll talk about is taxes. I hate taxes. I hate paying taxes. Both out of my check and me and the wife work in one city but live in another, so I have to file the paperwork, and unfortunately the percent is off. It's about a half% difference, and I won't even get into the start about the half% because that was a BS thing. But anyway, it's a half% difference. It ended up being about $450 that we owed to the city of Columbus. So I wrote a check. I kind of waited to the last minute, wrote a check and sent it in the mail, but that was a lot more money than I thought it was going to be. I was figuring a couple hundred, maybe 250, and I didn't realize it was going to be that much. And so me and the wife have got to see if we can figure out how to get our work to take out that extra half% somewhere, either even if we have it taken out as federal and get that back and then pay it out the city, would be fine. But that was a huge chunk of money that I wasn't planning on. So that really hurt. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end the video today. Like I said, I've got something Star Warsy coming up, so like I said, it'll be a long-winded. Wouldn't be surprised if it's not like 45 minutes to an hour at least, talking about all the stuff that happened in Star Wars this week. And but I've got to go. I got, like I said, lots of yard work to do before it rains today. And obviously we got to go to the grocery store and do all that fun stuff that everybody does every week. So, and like I said, the videos are going to probably continue I'll record them on Sunday, post on Monday or Sunday night if I can. I think I'm gonna continue that schedule because it works with my work schedule. So I'll come home, sleep a little bit on my long weeks, do my video, edit it, try to get it up either Sunday night or Monday. Or if I'm working on Saturday, I'll either video late Saturday or early Sunday, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to stick with that schedule for now. That's always subject to change. And, but I will also be continuing doing product reviews. I've got a couple other little products I want to give my 2 cents about. Um, I have not purchased GTA 5 yet, but I will tell you it's coming for PC. I have it on 360, but I will be buying it on PC within the next couple of months. And more likely, I'm going to do some of the director videos, and I'm going to do a full video review ish talking about GTA 5. So all those things will be coming here soon. So hopefully we'll get all that done and get it posted. So this is me signing off. Everybody have a great day and hopefully a very great week. Talk to you later.